How would you like some peanut butter with that jelly sandwich? Mother.
Hey, ho, it's the Chris Court Show. Hey, ho.
Hello, this is Public Figure, listening to the Chris Court Show. This episode is brought to you by...
This is the Chris Court Show. Hear the indie music flow. Stream it everywhere you go. You can be featured on our show.
All right, Chris Court Show, and we are back.
With an interview episode.
With another interview episode. Thank you, guys. Our first interview of 2025. Thank you, guys, for tuning in and listening. And this is a great one, man, because it's our first interview of 2025, and we are going to see these guys live because they will be in Chicago.
Like 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Matt, where are they playing at?
They are playing at a bar. I forgot already.
I forgot what we were doing.
I think it was Cole's Bar.
Yeah, I think it's Cole's Bar.
Yeah, Cole's Bar at
you got the address?
2338 North Milwaukee Avenue in Chicago, Illinois, 60647.
Can talk more into the mic.
I said it's at Cole's Bar at 2338 North Milwaukee Avenue in Chicago, Illinois.
There you go.
60647.
Man, this was such a good interview, man. And we
outside food is allowed.
Oh, is it?
Hells yeah. It ain't got no bar or it ain't no kitchen.
And we had such a good interview with them. We talked a lot about a good amount of shit and a tornado story.
Good tornado story.
A good tornado. Well, not a good tornado story.
Well, it's a good story.
Goddamn.
It's a good story. It's not a good thing that happened, but it's a good story.
Hey, man, if you want to see them live, come on out. Join us. Me and Matt, and I think Tim will be there, too.
Yeah, HR is going to keep us in line.
HR is going to keep us in line. They'll be out there, represent, man. And this is what all we're doing is about, is supporting these independent musicians, bands. Come on out. Where's the address again, Matt?
The address is 2338 North Milwaukee Avenue in Chicago, Illinois, 60647.
That's right. So, without further ado, let's get into the their first song. Well, their only song that we're playing. And
what's with you with these first songs?
I don't know. It's
been like 2 years since you've done it, though.
Dude,
stop now.
No, it's been longer. It's been like 13 years.
I'm saying since you've last done it, though. You haven't done it in a while.
I don't know.
Stop doing it.
You put a little liquor in me, and that's what happens. But anyway.
Sometimes you got to stick around your liquor.
What? Why aren't you talking to the microphone, man?
I didn't want that to come clear. I'm drunk.
What? All right, let's get into their new single. And here it is without further ado.
Hello, this is Public Figure, and you're listening to Animals on the Chris Court Show.
We're all
Are you tired of listening to music on the radio?
When you can listen to music like this.
This ain't the hot air that I thought I knew. I like my coffee black. Go get that milk out of this coffee. I'm a criminal. I do this every day. I take the low road.
All these bands and more can be found on the Chris Court Show with all new episodes.
Make people live forever, never throw this stuff.
Listen to the Chris Court Show. Amplify the indie flow. Streaming now, worldwide minds. Interviews and endless nights. Savage lands.
All right, public figure animals. Fucking awesome.
I almost forgot we were recording.
What?
I was having too much fun.
Okay. Public figure animals, go and check them out. Streaming all platforms as they say. They released all their singles, and then as we hear from every band,
Then they're going to consider
releasing EPs and such things like this, and it kind of makes
the
sense.
new trend.
And I forgot to even.
Everyone's
I was actually.
attention span's about this big.
What's that?
Everyone's attention span's about.
Well,
this
you
big.
got TikTok videos and stuff
It's
like that. Yeah.
Twice the size of your dick.
What the fuck? Like 3 times. But I was gonna say, like, back in the day, which was a Wednesday, by the way. But even like 50s, 60s, you had singles.
Yeah.
You had
Singles always existed.
yeah, and they were on 45,
Yeah.
45 records, and there was one song on one
There was even
side.
cassette tapes with singles. And
There was
CDs with
one song
singles.
on the other side, cassette tapes with one song, and it's kind of like how it is today with just releasing one song.
The difference though is
Just
you
playing
would
it out
get that
there.
one song for like 5 months.
Which one?
Like back in the day,
yeah,
you'd get that one song, like that single, for like 5 months, and then it'd be like, "Here's the album that single belongs to,"
yeah.
and you'd be like, "Oh shit, I love that song," and you go by the whole fucking album. You sit there and read the lyrics,
Yeah.
read through the storybooks, the pictures, whatever they got inside the fucking album with it. You'd enjoy it while you're listening to it.
Yeah.
Today, it's just the one song. That's what people want.
That's one song.
Yeah.
But like, do you think that maybe like, all right, you listen to that one song, okay, and then you have to wait kind of for that EP or that LP or whatever it is. Like you're kind of waiting for that. Do you think that nowadays it's like that wait is good, or do you think that
I
wait?
think it's bad.
Yeah.
Because half the time, like, I'll have a single come out. Like, I just listened to one while you were editing.
Yeah.
The earlier thing. And I listened to a single, and, like, I kind of liked it.
By who?
By Greaves.
Okay.
I kind of liked the single. I'd have to listen to it a couple more times to make sure.
Yeah.
But, like, right now I'm thinking, I wonder what album he's going to be bringing out.
Yeah.
But it's a collaboration single, so there's probably not an album. So I'm going to forget all about it. I'm never going to listen to it again.
Yeah.
And I'm never going to buy an album.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
That's
like,
the problem, is I'm going to forget about it. Don't let me forget about it.
Yeah. But I think it will, specifically with that artist that you just talked about, Greaves.
Yeah.
I think he does a lot of...
This is like the first like real music he's made in a while.
Oh. Yeah. But I think he does a lot of, he does a lot of side projects with a bunch of different artists and what have you. But I think in their direction that they're going, I think like, and they, listen, man, they can make that music come back because there's not a lot of music that is like that can kind of take the side or put in the back seat of like all like the hip hop music that's coming out, the pop music that's coming out, the country pop music that's coming out, and like I kind of take it like a back seat to that, because whereas in the early 2000s and 90s we're kind of like the like the rock thing was there. The rock thing, you had Matchbox 20 that was coming out, Hootie and Blowfish, Fuel that was coming out, then Linkin Park, then Limp Bizkit, then
There were
Korn.
so many bands in the 90s.
There was
could go
so
on for
much shit,
hours.
like there was so much rock that was kind of going on, and like I think like nowadays like you have to kind of do
I
that.
understand. I understand the trend of the singles because people's attention spans are short.
Attention pens.
Attention spans are short. So I get the idea of the singles, but back the singles up with something. Don't give us years before you back it up with something.
Yeah.
Back the single up with something. I miss that. I miss a real, true album. Like a complete album tells a story, has a feeling, the whole thing as one.
Yeah, no, I agree. I tend to agree with that.
But
anyway.
I do understand the singles. I get it.
Yeah. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into this interview. Remember to check these guys out if you are listening before. What's the date, Matt? You got that there?
The date that the show is? What are you asking?
January. I said December.
Yeah, you said
January 25th. They said that they're playing where the doors open at 7 p.m. And the third band. So go and check them out if you're in Chicago.
Where?
Chicago. If you're in the Chicago area, check them out. Cole's Bar, is that what it's called?
Cole's Bar. It is at 2338 North Milwaukee Avenue in Chicago, Illinois.
And man, those
647.
tickets are selling out fast. We will be there. They will be there. Come out, buy those. Buy those tickets. You can find them on. Where can you find them? Was it on their
Spotify.
No, their tickets.
Oh, the tickets? I don't know. Did you find it on their website? Oh, they sent you a link. They sent you a link.
Did
Just find the link. We'll advertise the link too. Why not?
yeah. But while we're looking for that, go and check them out. And as they say on their website, that they are a fun band, and craziness is going around. Craziness where they play and what they play.
You can find it at ColesBarChicago.com.
ColesBarChicago.com. They're playing with a couple other bands, Arcade Riot, Radar Waves. But go and check them out.
Head Trip.
Yep. Tickets are $13 if you pay in advance,
$15
or
at the
$15 at the door. 21 plus, obviously. Go and check them out. It's going to be a good time. We will be there. They will be there, and we will have shots together. So go and do it, and let's do this, guys. Here we are,
Amplifying independent music.
amplifying independent music.
Oh my God, here you are. It's been
All right, so with us today, we have Public Figure. Thank you guys for joining us. How is it going?
Pretty good. Thanks for having us. We're really stoked to be here. Nice to meet you guys.
Yes,
Nice to meet you guys,
Yes,
too.
us too. We were kind of talking before that you just
I just moved the whole table.
could have been funny. We were kind of talking about this before, and I came up with the name instead of Dolan and Don together. You guys are Don.
It works out.
Yeah,
We
like,
do the
oh yeah, the fusion dance from
yeah, there you go.
from
There you go. Hey, let's do that.
Dragon
man.
Ball Z.
He doesn't like me much. So, hey, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming on, man. Like, we really appreciate it. And yeah.
No, we were super stoked to get the invite. How did you find us? Was it an ad or did you hear our song?
Our what do you call him?
HR rep.
Yeah, we call him HR rep.
One of our friends. He found you guys on Instagram and I think reached out.
Yeah, he does our social media stuff because we don't really know how to do that stuff, kind of.
Oh, there you go.
So he'll reach out and he just like sends mass amounts, I think, is what happens.
He reaches out to a ton of bands, and we get some hits back, some not. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Cool.
they're like, the Chris Court Show, what the fuck is that? Fuck them. And then they
No, it's a good name though, man. It's like an actor's name, I feel like. You know?
oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
I don't-
boost his ego some more. That's what you need.
You know, that's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. I'm gonna go and act tomorrow.
There you go.
Be part of Hollywood. Anyway, this isn't about us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's
Sorry,
start-
my bad. I assume.
Yeah, you know. As much as I'd like to talk about myself, no, I'm just kidding. You guys, first off, let's get this right out. You guys are having a show in Chicago.
Yep.
We are. Yeah.
You're from Chicago,
We're basically in Chicago. Basically.
basically. When is that show?
January 25th at Cole's Bar.
And where's that at? That's in Chicago?
It's in Chicago. It's just northwest of downtown, like the solid downtown area.
Okay. All right.
About I'd say 3 to 5 miles. So we're really excited for it.
3 to 5 miles from, like, we're just guessing because we're looking on a map.
Yeah.
We've actually never been. I've been to Chicago before, but I've never been like around enough to know
Yeah.
exactly
Gotcha.
miles.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what time do you guys play?
So the show is the doors are going to be at 7. We're going to be third on. We're playing with a couple of kick-ass bands. Oh, can we swear on this? Important note.
Yeah, we're
Holy
explicit.
shit, yes, we can.
All right, cool. Just double checking. I have the mouth of a sailor.
No,
but-
so do I. Don't worry about it.
So we picked up a couple incredibly talented local bands, Radar Waves and Head Trip, both of whom, thank you guys so much if you see this. We really appreciate y'all, are fantastic. We're touring through with another band from the Midwest called Arcade Riot, and we are third on that lineup. It's going to go Radar Waves, then Arcade Riot, then us, then Head Trip closing out the night. And we're really excited. Sales are looking pretty good so far for the show. So
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
You said sales are looking good. You think it's going to get sold out?
I don't know how big Cole's is, actually. I'd have to go reference some email.
I
Have
just
we
looked
ever
it up.
been
It's in Palmer Square. It's a bar in Milwaukee.
Oh, okay.
So it's probably
Right.
not gigantic.
By Wrigley?
No, it's farther northwest.
Oh, okay.
But it's probably not gigantic, but it's might not be small. You might be able to fit quite a few people in there.
Heck
That's
yeah.
what she said.
Uh,
By the way, we are going.
oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait to meet in person.
yeah.
Cheers
Yeah, for
first.
sure. Yeah, for sure.
I'd,
We already I noticed that I can't drink as I talk. Our other dude is coming with us too.
now.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, we're going. We're excited to meet you guys. We're excited to see you guys play. Obviously, so yeah. Any bands that we've ever played that come through Chicago, we always go support them. I mean, that's what we do. So.
Either in Chicago or near Chicago. If
Near
it's within like an
Chicago,
hour
yeah.
drive, will come.
Yeah. So, no, that's definitely awesome. I can't wait to see you guys. We've been listening to your music. It's so fucking good, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we're going to talk about that. So, how did all this come together? How did the band get together, and how long have you
Yeah.
guys been together?
Oh man, so public figure. I'm technically the only original member left, and I like to laugh because I'm the bass player, and normally
He's not
normally
important.
that's
Not important.
right. But so I started the band back in 2019 with a couple of other members. And then we went through recently a new member change last year. So 2024. All that happened was we had a couple guys move out of state, say they don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
They sold me the rights to all the music, sold me the name of the band. And then I found a new vocalist and a new drummer. New-ish. He was always our backup drummer guy, and he's played a couple shows with us already. And then a new guitarist, and brought it back to life, re-recorded some stuff, and then recorded some new stuff. And yeah, I think it's being taken pretty well, and it's taken off nicely, even with a new lineup. So yeah, that's kind of beginning to now anyway.
Yeah.
Now, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was going to say there's been so much to this band.
Yeah.
Me and the guitarist RJ played in a different band before that. That's how I met Dolan. was the scene here in Omaha, and we had always hit it off and been close friends since day one. We were really vibing with each other, and when the opportunity came up, I threw my hat in the ring. We picked up RJ, the guitarist, afterwards, and then we auditioned Roger, who we found, of all places, on Reddit.
Reddit. Yeah.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's like that's like one step above Craigslist in my mind. So like
Right. Is this guy a serial killer or?
that's what. Well, we were a little worried at first, but turns out he's actually a really sweet dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you just haven't found out that he's a serial killer yet?
No,
Well, yeah,
not
that's.
yet.
I assume
The
everybody.
sweet dudes.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
Uh,
awesome though.
yeah. So we picked him up. That was in February, and we've got, three of us. Everybody except Roger has tons and tons of live music experience. And then Roger has a lot of like singer songwriter folk experience.
Well, and he also does audio for like Omaha's version of
NPR Tiny Desk.
Tiny Desk. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's
Okay.
a version of that called the Green Room, run by Broccoli Creative here in Omaha, and so he does all the audio, the live audio for that, and so he had ties into the scene already. It was just kind of connecting the dots afterwards, which was kind of cool.
So we pick him up. God, this is crazy. And from February till April, we're like, okay, so if we kick this off, when Public Figure has a comeback show, we're pretty sure we're going to sell big numbers. Spoiler alert, we did in June. The first big comeback show we had like 550 people at it. We were beyond humbled. It was incredible.
Nice.
It was amazing. But we were like, okay, Roger cannot get on this show. This cannot be his first live show. You know what I mean? So we played like this secret show where we went by a
different name.
a different name
Yeah.
called No Mountain. And the week before that happened, did you guys hear about that incredibly massive tornado that hit Elkhorn, Nebraska? It's
Yeah.
Omaha. So Roger and his brother were the two brothers that got sucked out of their house by the tornado.
What?
Oh.
Demolished the whole house, top to bottom, wrecked our in-ear monitoring system, wrecked a drum set. RJ's guitar miraculously didn't even move from the wall because it was on a gator case, and they sent us a bunch of free stuff as a result because his guitar survived.
My bass
Wow.
survived. Tree fell on it and everything. It was crazy. It
Yeah.
was-
We'll send you guys some
nuts.
photos so maybe you can interlay them over the
Yeah,
video.
for sure.
yeah.
But when I say like demolish the house, I mean like imagine somebody took a knife at grass level and cut straight across and then hucked the house 400 yards.
Holy shit.
Yeah, there was nothing left, and I mean they got thrown pretty far, and we went to the hospital to go make sure he was okay, him and his brother, and we walk in, and I think the first thing we said is like, if we need to cancel next week, like let's do it now, like let's push it out.
Whatever
Yeah.
you need.
And Roger's like, no, on the hospital bed. He's not
Hell
even
yeah.
sure if he has any broken bones. He's like, no, we're doing it, and that's kind of when we knew he was the guy. You
Yeah.
know, he was going to be the new
Wow.
vocalist.
That's dedication, man.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, for sure.
You're telling us. Right? You were very much like, dude, are you okay? You
Right,
know,
right.
What do you need for support and stuff? And he's like, we're playing the show. You're like, oh,
That's fucking rock and roll,
yeah,
right
let's
there.
go.
That's fucking rock and roll.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Did he actually get thrown? Like, did it actually throw him?
Yep.
Yep, he got buried. His brother got thrown.
Holy
and
shit.
So I mean, obviously they don't remember the exact route, but he ended up
Right.
about 35 yards from where he was
Oh
started.
my God.
Damn.
his brother Royce ended up something like 80 or 100.
Yeah.
They
If you Google Tornado Brothers,
It's
it'll
them.
pop up.
Oh,
Like,
really?
Yeah.
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 We'll look it up after the interview.
Yeah.
there you go.
That's the new the name of the new band, Tornado Brothers.
that's a kick-ass name.
You know, if anything ever,
At least another song, right?
Yeah.
yeah. No, that's crazy. I mean, and especially with going back to the band losing members and gaining members, you see that a lot with a lot of bands actually. And then there's that one where you just feel it that it just all fucking clicks all of a sudden, and you're
Yep.
like, yes, this is it. Is that where you're at?
That's exactly. I mean, I waited a really long time to say that because I said that with the last lineup,
Mhm.
and I was like, as things went on, I was like, oh man, things started getting iffy or whatever. But I didn't realize with this new lineup what I was missing before. You know what I mean? And the last guys, they're all still my best friends. I mean, I
Oh,
was
yeah,
just
for sure.
yeah, I had phone calls with them all within the last week probably. But they just didn't want to do it anymore. They had other things. They still support us, social media, all the music and everything. So, but yeah, that's exactly where we're at. I mean, I feel, and I told the guys after this last show, we just sold out a show last weekend actually.
Congrats.
And it was like, all right, I think this is it. Let's take this thing on the road and let's get us around the Midwest more. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's good. And you'll see. Have you guys? Well, you haven't been to Chicago.
Well, he said
You
he was
have,
in
but-
Chicago before, but he hasn't.
But you
yeah,
never
actually,
actually
I
played.
filled in on bass for a band called Hemingway. That's their name. A band called Hemingway.
Oh,
We
okay.
played up at the Elbow Room out there.
Oh yeah, Elbow Room.
Elbow Room's closed.
Yeah, my band played there before, and it was. Did you play in the basement?
No, we played on the big.
Oh, you were the more popular bands.
They're
Yeah,
the-
we got
they're the
stuff in the
fancy
basement.
bands.
There was like 10 people there, so I don't know.
Oh, okay.
There's like 3 in the basement.
We were playing to my mom, my sister. No, but that's cool. I mean, and you'll see Chicago. The energy is a lot different, and like just playing different places. Like they're really, especially in that area, very. They all want to see original music. They want to see, independent music. All that shit. So you guys will have a good time there.
We're excited for it. Yeah, there's a couple bands that came through Omaha recently that aren't from Chicago, but they're Chicago adjacent, Northwestern Indiana.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
King Fans and Off Season, and those guys were so intense. I fell in love. And everybody that we've talked to from Chicago, we talked to a couple guys from When the Sun Sets, obviously Radar Waves and Head Trip, who are the bands that are on the show with us.
Box Noise.
Box Noise. There's a whole bunch of folks, and they're all, like you said, Chicago natives. They're so full of energy. They want
for sure.
they want sick ass art. You know what I mean? And they want a fun time. And
Dude, and they're nice.
Yeah.
Like we're staying with one of the bands in their apartment. Like we didn't even ask. They're like, "Do you need a place to stay?" Like we have this thing. And I'm like, well, we were gonna book a hotel, but like that would help us tremendously. So yeah, so Chicago seems to have pretty open arms and pretty welcoming. So we're excited to be out there.
For sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Even though I'm a Packers fan, had to throw that out there. I
Oh
don't-
shit! All right, now,
All right, interview's over.
yeah, don't worry.
I mean,
had
edit
to-
that out. Kidding.
you had to throw that shit in there, didn't you?
Had to. It's playoffs are on.
It's clogging my arteries. So the new song that you guys have out, is this just a single, or is this on an album, or how does this?
Plan to be part of an album. What's the
So
plan?
we've got we've been looking at the music landscape, and the way that it moved towards social media in particular for discovery. And there's a real unfortunate truth about that is people's attention is being pulled every which way, every day, right? You're fighting as hard as you can to get them to glance at you for longer than 1 second. And you want them to keep them invested in your story. And the easiest way to do that is to release music often. So, at least in the beginning, a lot of our strategy has been to record and drop singles so that we can stay with people. And we're not going to be obnoxious with it and drop one like once every other week or something, right? But at least in the beginning, before we're established enough to kind of really drop the time, energy, and effort into putting a full album out, because we know we'll actually get return on that, right? And I'm not talking about making even big money on that. I'm talking about having more than 3 people listen to it. When nobody knows about you, going to a really nice producer for an album might cost, on the low end, something like $3,000. On the high end, something like $20,000. And it makes it difficult to drop all that money if your audience is only 3 people wide, right? So we really want to try and focus on releasing singles for the foreseeable future until we get a kind of a big enough base to transition eventually to something like 2 EPs a year. and then finally, the
An
final
album a year.
the final evolution of a band where you put an album together, release the album with a social media campaign, do like a 6-month tour on it, take like a 3-month break, run the whole gamut all over again, right?
And you kind of see that with new artists like Benson Boone or like Chappell Roan. I think are pretty good examples. Kind of blowing up on the social media scene. A lot of their songs, they might have a lot of their hit songs that are like being released today or have been released. They actually released in former versions, years ago, and you could still kind of go find those on YouTube or even deep dive on Spotify. So. That's kind of the strategy is release music often. But right away with a new singer, we knew that we had to get more than one song out as fast as possible just to get people bought in and so we can grow this thing.
He's so talented, man.
No, and sorry, I didn't mention the name of the single, which was Animals.
Animals. Yep.
Sorry. I was thinking about that. I'm like, oh fuck, I never said the name. But that's the new singer on Animals, right?
Yep.
It is.
Fucking awesome. Awesome.
That was great.
Thank you.
Yes.
This is going to do a lot for him. Roger is a rare vocalist. I've been doing live music for a long time, a long enough time that I'm going to get made fun of if I say how long I've been doing it on the internet, so I'm not going to do that. But
2 or 3 years.
2 or 3
yeah,
years.
yeah, a couple of years.
At least.
That's correct. It's been at least 2 years. Roger has like no ego, which is wild to me. As of I've worked with a lot of vocalists.
Yeah.
He really kind of needs the support, so we love telling him how fucking amazing he is, and it's going to make him really excited to hear that you
that's
guys
cool.
like the song.
Yeah, for sure, man. And we were listening to it, and like his vocal seems like it, and I'm a singer too, and I'm not a professional singer at all by any means.
You didn't get paid for it before.
$1,000.
That's professional.
I won a karaoke contest. That's all it was.
There you
Hell
go.
yeah, brother.
But you could tell that his ranges, like they have like they're very unique in the way that he sings, and just like the it was the breaks in his singing that I don't know what it is, but it's so fucking good. I can't explain it, but it's really, really good. And I'm not trying to blow his balls right now, but like,
I mean, you kind of are.
Good thing he's not here. No, I'm just kidding.
but yeah, no, you guys and the rest of the band, you guys just all sound solid. And it seems like you've been playing for years and years,
Like together. All of you guys,
together. Yeah.
We put a lot of time and a lot of practice into that. One of the things that we did when Dolan restarted everything was he sat down. The reason we kind of brought everybody one-on-one is we sat down and we really thoroughly vetted everybody's commitment to the band. So there are basically 2 types of musicians in my experience, basically. And obviously there's going to be
Gray areas.
But generally speaking, you've got hobbyists and you've got people who want it to be their full-time professional job. And this is not a dig at either one, right? But the important thing is that when you start a band, everybody needs to be in the same group. You run into
100%, yes.
if you've got 3 hobbyists and 1 professional, 1 person who wants to be a professional, right? Because this guy's going to be like, why aren't they trying as hard? And
Doing all the work, and he's going to feel like they're not doing enough, and they're going to feel like he's too intense, and
or vice versa. If you have a bunch of professionals and 1 hobbyist, you run into the opposite issue. So we were very deliberate, and we vocalized that to everybody that joined. We were like, is this something that you want to do 40 hours a week with the eventual goal that you quit your job and this is what pays your bills? And everybody said yes. And part of that is you got to practice your instrument. It seems like a simple thing.
Yeah, it's it goes par for the course. I mean,
yeah. So we practice a lot. And when we put together live shows, we are trying to bring almost like a transcendent experience to people. I know that seems like hoity-toity, hand-wavy, like, oh my gosh. But the thing that we're trying to say here is live shows, if people just wanted to show up and hear the music, they would listen to it at home where there's not like a sweaty, drunk guy spilling beer on them on accident and they're just getting upset, right? They go to shows.
I do not spill my beer.
You guys will see it this show.
I'm a sweaty drunk guy, but I do not spill my beer.
There you go.
Brother, I'm gonna cheers with you at the show. We'll spill.
When you're on stage, I'm going to point to this motherfucker when he's sweaty, dripping all over people.
Spilling beer.
Especially right now, it's winter. We're going to be walking in there with winter coats on and shit.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're really fine. We want people to go to a live show and leave feeling like they had an experience. And it doesn't need to be like a life-altering experience, but it does need to be fun. They're paying to have a good time.
And RJ, our guitarist, he's sort of in charge of kind of like our show, our equipment, our stage equipment, everything. So he's like midied lights to go with our show, like in our click and our ear and everything. So he's got the timed lights going. He's got show notes. So like he'll be like, at this part of the song, Dolan and RJ need to jump on the stage boxes and do this move, or like, and then we study that, and we have to, kind of it comes naturally, but
it's choreographed too. But
choreographed,
and it'll become natural once you guys keep on doing it.
Exactly,
it's exactly it, right? Because that's the fight. You don't, the energy of the band is what the crowd is going to do. So it's your job to get up there and make it look natural, make it look fun, so that they relax and start having fun themselves, right? If you're up there, if you got the click in your ears and all you're thinking of is, I have to stay on the click, and you like look like a deer in the headlights and you're just counting to 4 over and over again, then people are going to be like, what the fuck is going on? Right? Like, are these guys on acid? Like, what's happening?
They're going to match your energy.
Yeah, exactly. And I know how I like to talk to the guys about it too. It's like, we got to be their mirror. You know what I mean? Like, if we're up there like jumping around and going crazy, chances are they're going to do it too. Like, if we're going to stand there and, bob our heads, that's probably all they're going to do too. You know what I mean? So it's, yeah. And so that's kind of like the goal. We just want to be that fun party band that comes through and we have a good time. And you remember that experience that you'll never forget. And that's kind of the goal.
Right. Nice. And it's exactly it. I remember when we were performing and we were playing on stages and shit, and I would just like get in my own head and just lose my fucking mind on songs. Like, all right, all my aggression, all my depression, all my fucking whatever goes into the song.
Yeah.
And I remember one of my guitarists was like, hey, calm down. And that just ruined
I remember
my whole
seeing you doing that
fucking-
shit, and I'd be standing there like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Because I barely knew you back then.
Yeah. There's a lot wrong with me, but
well, I know that now.
Yeah.
That's the thing that like music does, is it, the way that math is like the universal language, music allows people to universally communicate. You don't have to
100%.
what the singer went through to feel what they're feeling in your own experience. Like you always think about, my girlfriend left me, and this what they're saying sounds like how I felt in that moment, right? Even if what they're singing about is that their dog died or something, right?
Whatever. Yeah. It's that, I'm going to drop a term here. It's that collective effervescence.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
That's,
damn.
That's
getting all bougie up on it.
Yeah, bougie.
That's a pinky out word, I think.
Wait. Pinky out. There we go.
I'm already empty.
Oh.
Pass me the.
But that's it's a real thing when everybody's kind of feeling the same vibes.
Yeah.
Collectively, dude, there's not an experience that matches that. Yeah.
Not at all. I mean, and that's like a therapy session, because I remember always thinking like, this is my fucking therapy right now. Like, I got to get this out. And while you're doing that, you're fucking entertaining the crowd, because they're seeing some fucking nut job on stage, but like, but they feel that shit, man. Like they're like, holy shit, this is what I want to get out. And they start liking that music. They start liking, the groove to it. And again, they match the energy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's all it's about, man. And that's kind of what I told everybody one at one when I was rebuilding this thing, is like, it's not as much as I'm releasing whatever it is that I'm releasing or escaping whatever it is that I'm escaping. Like this is about you, in the crowd. It's about the crowd. It's about because and Roger put it this way last week when we played the show. He came down with a cold and he was actually losing his voice a little bit. We kind of Dave Grohl laryngitis did last week, but he basically told us, again, not wanting to cancel the show or anything. He was like, dude, I don't know who needs to see a show tonight. And I don't want to let them down. So it's we're trying to be selfless because we know what music has done for us. And if we can share that with as many people as we can, dude, that would be incredible. Like, I'm super giddy about that. Cause I remember, just like most people, if they find a band or music that they love, where they sit down and they just listen to it, eyes shut, get you through a tough time, or, maybe you're not even going through a tough time, but it escapes you just from the monotony of every day. Dude, there's nothing like it. I love it.
Not at all.
So if we could provide that for somebody else, that would be amazing.
Yeah. And that's music. In a nutshell, that again, it's
that's why people listen to music, because they can relate to it and they can just release and enjoy themselves and relax, whatever they need to do.
Yeah.
You guys get it. I can tell. I'm really stoked to see you guys. Genuinely.
Yeah, for sure. We'll have do you guys have shots at all? Like drinks of whiskey? I see you're drinking now, but
we do have enough for about 2 shots.
You're my best friend.
We have enough for
Look at that.
That's all we drink, my guy.
That is quite serendipitous. That's incredible.
Is hilarious.
Want to pour some up? Is that what we're doing? Is that
We
don't have shot glasses though. You didn't bring shot glasses down.
we got shot glasses over here.
Where?
Hold on,
we have one, and we also have one of those things that people use to mix.
We got
all
one.
right, let me go grab a shot glass.
That's a shot glass.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, Matt, you look like a friend of ours named Josh Lane. I'm going to send you a photo later.
Okay.
It's uncanny, actually. It's really cool, actually.
Does he got a big beard too?
He does. He does. A bald, big beard.
His beard's darker a little bit.
He's got actually a similar smile to you too. I was going to say a smile that lights up a room, not meaning to, like, as Chris put it, to choke on your balls or whatever, but like
all I heard was choke on your balls or something.
Smile.
He came in at the perfect time. It's fine.
Here, you want to?
But
here, you do that.
He actually lives in Sioux City, which is about an hour and a half north of Omaha, and drives down for every public figure show.
Oh, wow.
We have a couple of people. Yeah, dude, you want to know the most humbling thing in the world is when people do that, like, over and over again, and you're like, you're really driving to see us play, not just once, but like
that's cool though. I mean, that's got to be fucking. That's got to rock your balls or whatever you said earlier, or whatever.
Yeah, it really
choke on your balls.
Choke on your balls.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was Confucius that said that phrase first. Gargle your balls.
Are you sure it wasn't Aristotle?
That was Aristotle, probably. I guess I'm wrong.
One of those guys.
Yeah. Well, cheers, gentlemen.
All right, cheers, guys.
Cheers. Oh, it's like Christmas morning.
Dude, when we leave Chicago, we're going to Nashville. And I told this guy, like, we got to stop in Louisville and get some, like, real bourbon and just check it out.
Yeah. I've been there. It's awesome.
I've never been. I'm excited.
Oh, yeah. You have a good time there.
Heck yeah.
We got a couple friends there. One of the really other cool things about, so Dolan's toured before with, as a fill-in for a band called Hemingways, he told you. Mm-hmm. But I haven't. I've been doing live music, I'll just say it, 18 years, and I've never been on tour, so I'm really excited. And the thing I think that is most crazy to me is how all my friends have come out of the woodwork to be like, hey, you're coming to this town that I now live in that we haven't talked in 10 years. Time for me to come out and support you. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, at least they're coming out to support you. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I found out I had family just outside of Nashville. I had no idea.
See that
shit? Like, when did you move there? And they're like, 3 years ago. I'm like, all right, dude.
Why didn't you tell the rest of us?
Yeah.
Exactly.
We started doing this podcast and everyone's like, hey, go fuck yourself. And
Oh, maybe that's just Chicago. Maybe I don't know. Maybe
it is. It
It's
is.
very Chicago.
We all hate each other but love each other at the same time. That's
Yeah.
Chicago right there.
Yeah.
All right, we got 2 minutes left. So it usually in our last 2 minutes here is we just want you to promote all of your shit. Where can we find everything? Where can we, download the new single Animals? And by the way, for everyone watching, what the fuck?
Any upcoming shows?
Anyone watching, anyone listening, please download Animals. It's fucking great. It's a good song, and I'm pretty sure you can get it on any streaming platform, right?
Every streaming platform. Yep.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you can find us on all the socials. We're most active on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, hopefully, if it doesn't go away. And then we're on all the streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music. We've got a website. Our website has merch. It has all of our upcoming shows. This tour's coming up, so we're going to go to Des Moines, Chicago, Nashville, St. Louis, Kansas City, and later we're going to hit Rapid City and Denver in the spring. So we're super stoked, and hopefully you like our new song, Animals, all of our music.
Yeah.
Hopefully you like all of our music.
Definitely listen to all of our music. Public figure
Awesome.
band. That's the easiest way to find us.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much.
Cool. Sounds great.
All right. Awesome, guys. Thank you.
Thanks.
How the fuck you turn this off?
Once again, thank you for listening to The Chris Court Show. Remember, if you have a band or business, or know someone that has a band or business, send all the info and MP3s to chriscourtshow@gmail.com. Chicken nuggets and cranberry sauce.
The Chris Court Show.